Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now.
Christos, I want to start with this, man. Did you grow a second dick? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the Liver King when he said
yeah,
that.
yeah.
No. You know, that would have been nice though, but no.
How did the testicles taste, man? I've never eaten anything like that.
It wasn't as bad as the liver. Liver is like the worst thing to eat raw. It's so gamey. The taste is just horrible. But the testicles didn't taste too bad. It was more the texture than anything for the testicles. But the taste wasn't gamey. It didn't have much flavor at all. It tasted all right. I'd rather eat that than liver.
Okay. Yeah, liver. I've tasted that before. It's not the most
No,
appetizing food,
I
but people
forgot.
eat it, man.
I hate it. I hate it. But I'll put it in my shakes sometimes. I haven't done it in a while. But I used to put it in my protein shakes and just blend it up and just chug it.
Why
You
was
know.
he at the gym with you guys?
I don't know. I think he came in to do an event, and he had some speeches he wanted to give us. He gave us an opportunity to make some money. One kid he paid like $10,000. Another kid he paid like 5,000, and then since I won in arm wrestling, I won the gym $1,000 each, like 18 people. So he was just there. He paid a little money. He knows how hard fighters work, so he was there to support, and then we ate some liver and stuff with him.
Alright. You cannot beat him and not eat liver, I guess, right?
No. And then we had a beef jerky contest with Anthem Beef Jerky, sponsored the UFC, and it's so hard to eat jerky fast. But he won that as well.
Oh my god. Well, Liver King, he's known for taking PEDs and
Yeah.
DFSI, man. They've taken over the UFC and the drug testing. How has your experience been with them so far?
I've only been tested by them one time, and it's been all right. The first time they came, they came right after that practice. I already showered, and I usually piss in the shower, so um, they needed me to piss, and it took me like about an hour to get it filled up. It took me like 3 different tries. It was horrible, but it's been all right. It's the same as USADA to me. No difference.
Nice. And let's talk about last year, man. You went 1-1 inside the cage. How do you feel about how 2023 has played out?
It could have been better, get that win, but I've learned a lot from that fight, and just made a little mistake. Panicked. I did a panic shot and didn't really set it up or nothing like that, and so I've been working about that. But I had an okay year. I had a big win in April, and then obviously I would like to get another one, but it's time to get that payment, get that how do I say redemption, because I'm fighting another tall fighter now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I gotta get that redemption back. I feel like they're very similar, but I think Zellhuber's a little better. But we'll see. We'll see.
we will. Any pleasant surprises from last year in your life?
Not really. No, just been focused on fixing up the house a little bit, doing a little bit of remodel, and just want to grind hard while I still got a couple years left of fighting, and just grind and fight. Hopefully, can buy some more property at some point. But yeah.
April 6th, man, you return in Las Vegas. Like you said, you're facing a guy that's almost a carbon copy physically. You know what I mean? I think he's a
Yeah.
little bit taller than from Zellhuber. But what are your thoughts on him
He has
overall
a, he
and the
has a
fighting style?
he has a shorter reach advantage though than Zellhuber.
Yes,
So that's
yes.
interesting. But would you ask? Sorry.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on him overall and the fighting style?
I think he's good. I think he knows he's good at using his range. He's a good striker. I feel like Zellhuber did a little better at keeping his range. I feel like Ignacio gets hit a little bit more. Um, but I don't know. And I feel, who knows? I'll definitely try to take it to the ground. I feel like I saw him get taken down a couple times. Didn't show anything threatening. So I'd love to take it to the ground, but I definitely want to try to finish it on the feet too. I want to bring the fight to him, and I feel like he doesn't do so well off his back foot. So I definitely want to push him backwards and make him fight off his back foot, and bring the fight to him.
Yeah, one thing about you that surprises a lot of people is like they'll think that you're gonna go in there and try to submit the guy, and then you end up knocking them out. It's happened a few times, right? It's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's the thing. I like to always show the wrestling, so they got to be more cautious about what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? It just adds another tool. If they know I'm a striker, then they know all I'm gonna do is strike. But if I mix it up, then it's like I can change levels. I can fool them, make them drop their hands, and create more opportunities for myself.
For sure. And you mentioned the reach is longer than Zellhuber, but
No,
you know.
shorter. Zellhuber
Okay,
has
sorry.
76. Yeah, he has 77 inch. This guy has a 75 and a half. So,
Okay.
um, yeah,
But
but
a little
I'm
bit,
good at getting it inside.
yeah, a little bit taller. You know, I guess it helps to have back-to-back training camps for taller guys, right?
Yeah, actually, it's pretty much the same type of camp. I've been trying to go with good strikers. I got to work with Ro Roberts a little bit. You know, he's another tall guy, but trying to get the rounds in with the tallest guys that I can. But you know, there's not many at my weight in the gym. You know, so but I'm going with the good strikers, guys who are good at being long and just working with them.
You have to go up to like the welterweights or the middleweights, right, to get
Yeah, I
people
know,
that
but they
strong.
split practices. 155 and below go here, and then 170 and above, as far as because there's too many people. But it's all right. I don't mind. It's just another fight for me, you know.
The strategy, how different is it, do you think, without revealing too much?
Nothing. It's pretty much the same, you know. Fight, get in inside, you know, do my blitzes. I can use my athleticism to get in inside, land some big shots. Once he gets comfortable with, you know, me striking, I'll level change, go for a takedown. But I don't want to force the takedown if it's not there, you know. Go back to striking, you know, try to change it up and just mix it up, you know. I just want to mix up the fight and take it. And I want to be in control where the fight goes.
And in Bahamondes' last fight, right, he lost a decision to Ludwig Klein. You know, it was an
Yeah.
interesting fight. What did you take away from that matchup?
Like I said, Klein's a great striker, but he was able to get in the inside, hurt him in the first round, and he used his wrestling to take him down every single round, and you know, win on top. So I definitely keep it in the back of my head. If I can get in on the takedowns, I don't want to force it. Like I said, let it come to me and use my athleticism to get in the inside, land some big shots, and take him down, beat him up on the ground. If he gets up, beat him up. Just stay in his face. You know, I'm in really good shape. It's been a long camp, so just ready to put on a show.
Yeah, speaking of long camp, before that, you know, you had some time like after your fight because your last fight was September. How did you
Yeah.
spend the rest of that year, the rest of 2023?
Well, right after my fight, I went on my honeymoon, and then I went to Greece, and then I came home, spent some time with some family, and then in December, I pretty much got back to work because I wanted to try to fight in February in California, but I wasn't able to get on that card, and I found out late January that I'm fighting in April, so I was like, all right, well, we're about to have a long camp because I started getting in shape in December, so it's been a long time of
Were
hard
you were
training.
you in camp? Were you in camp with other fighters? You know, you're training for a fight, but you know, other guys are in camp, right, for
There's
fights. So
always
did you?
guys in camp at the
Yeah,
gym. Always, yeah.
yeah.
It's constant. There's always a fight going on next week. You know, we got guys fighting this weekend. We got guys fighting next weekend. We got 5 guys fighting the weekend after that. Like it's just been going circling. So there's always guys in camp at the gym.
What does that do to you, like mentally? Like going to the gym every day, every week, and there's people fighting every week. Like everybody's in the grind like that.
It's very motivating. Keeps you on my toes. It's like, oh yeah, these guys are fighting all the time, and it keeps you in shape because like if you go to the gym out of shape, you know you're gonna get pushed because these guys are in shape because they're in camp. You know, so you better be in somewhat of good shape when you enter back the gym because it's tough. There's no easy goes, and guys push it. It's very competitive and. You just gotta respect it and be ready for a ride when you go to practice.
Are you working anywhere else outside of Killcliff?
Not at the moment. No, no, no. I have like maybe 2 or 3 clients I train in my garage, but that's about it. Now it's my first time in my life the past year where like I haven't have any other job outside.
It's wild that MMA is the only sport where a regular person, let's say like me, can go train or be trained by the top professionals. You know what I mean in the sport. I don't think any other sport you can do that.
Really? What do you mean? Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. You're right. You're right. Like the guy's not gonna go get a football guy to train him unless they're like trying to
no,
go to like college for it. Yeah,
yeah.
that is very. I never even thought about that.
what, like your clients, like how do they react to you? You know what I mean? Like, because you're actually still fighting, you're still active, and you coach
No,
them
they're cool.
privately.
They like it. They support it. They like it. And I I have one girl that I used to work at a gym out here for a little bit, so she kind of hit me up because I used to be her coach, and she wanted to do some sessions, and I said, all right. Another guy is one of my friends out here. I train him, and then one of my wife's coworkers, she's like, hey, does your husband train people? And so he wanted to start training with me. So I just got done with him today, actually. So yeah, it's cool. I definitely do want to get into coaching, but not like fighters. I just want to coach like new people, like people that want to learn. That's what I want to do like after my fighting. So hopefully I get to stick with it and just stay in the game.
Oh, I think it's gonna be pretty easy for you. You know what I mean? You're pretty,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
easy to get along with. I think that's most important too. You have the skills, just getting along with people and teaching them, right?
Exactly, exactly.
So, who's giving you the looks for Bahamondes? You mentioned someone earlier, but like, is there anybody else that's long and tall?
Um, Ro Roberts, he fought
Okay,
can't even say his name. He fought
Bahamondes.
Ignacio. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bahamondes. Yeah. So he gave me some looks when he's been in, but he's been like in and out. But I've been mainly going with Adam Boris, Bellator fighter. He's been one of my main training partners for this camp. He's not as tall, but he knows how to be long, and I feel like he's just been good work for me for sure. Very good striker.
So, what are you expecting from yourself in this fight?
I'm expecting to go in there and give it my all. I'm expecting to not make mistakes like I did last time. Just staying on my game, being in the zone and just kind of. I just want to dominate everywhere the fight goes. You know what I mean? But I also got to be okay. That's my problem. Sometimes when I get hit a little much, I start to panic. So I got to learn not to panic when if things start going downhill a little bit, and just always be calm. Regroup and back to the fight. So I'm very excited, and I expect fireworks.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people expect fireworks in this matchup, man. Both you guys are finishers, so
Yeah, yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see
I think
something.
it's a very fun fight, and I feel like we're gonna go out there and try to kill each other, and maybe shake hands afterwards and be on with it, But I'm looking. I feel like this could be a fight tonight type fight. So I just gotta bring it and just stay in his face. I'm excited.
Going back to what you just said about staying calm and not panicking, though, those types of things in a fight. Like, could you describe that a little bit more? You know what I mean? Like how that happens and then
So
how you overcome it?
um, so I remember when I fought Zellhuber, he was pressuring me a lot, and I wasn't tired, but I started to feel like the tiredness coming, and I was like, I just remember like, oh no, like I can't perform to my full potential like I was in the first round, and I noticed that, and it kind of set a weird panic in me, and I didn't like that. It was like one of the first times that's happened, and I was like, well, I gotta win this round. So I just remember going through this in my head very fast. I gotta win this round, so I wanted to take him down, try to steal the round, and I felt like it was very close in the second, and then I knew if I got a takedown, I can steal the round, so I kind of just went for it without kind of setting it up, and because the panic settled in, I was just like shot for it rather than you know level change, punch, punch, go. So now when I'm training, what I've been doing to work on it is when I'm training and I start to feel a little fatigued or tired, I kind of just work my defense a little bit, smile and just kind of try to regain my energy a little bit and just by dance, throw some fakes, block and then try to set things up rather than just kind of freaking out and trying to force it. So I just feel like when the panic settles in, I tend to force situations, and when I'm calm, I make a lot better decisions. So I just gotta learn how to find that middle ground, that like where I can be calm and violent at the same time.
Is it like, you're training your body to react a certain way in the fight, so your
Yes.
mind is
Yeah.
not battling your body?
Yeah, exactly. Because especially in the sparring, a lot of times I'm worried about like, okay, how many rounds we have left, how much time is left, um, how many rounds do we, how much time is left. I let my mind wander off, and I'm not focused on the person in front of me. And I feel like that takes away. So what I'm really doing is just focusing on staying in the now, not worry about the rounds, just who's in front of me, and just staying zoned in on our match, and just staying calm. And I start to, and I kind of talk to myself now a little bit, like, you chose this life, little cues that helps, you're a beast. Get out. Like, I don't know. I just started talking to myself. Just a bunch of different sayings just to kind of keep me motivated and just having good cues because before I never did that. This is my first camp. I'm actually like been really doing some mental training. I talked with the mental coach as well a little while ago, and he's kind of set me on the path to that. But just making sure I keep the good cues in my head and really stay focused. And if my mind starts to slip, I got to regroup and bring it back to just being present and staying in the now,
Yeah, ever evolving, ever
Yeah,
evolving.
exactly. So I've been focusing a lot like that, and then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, the rounds are done. Because I'm not really focused on how many rounds we're doing. I'm just like, who's next? Who's next? And it's like, all right, let's go. Take control, get after it. You make sure I gain that confidence. And just not shying away from the fight, but using my skills. And when I'm in that mode, I feel like I'm making a lot better decisions because I'm able to stay more calm and focused and not panicking because my mind's wandering everywhere.
All right. Man, interesting stuff, man. I love that stuff because that's the stuff you don't really talk about in the post-fight interviews. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot that goes into fighting, especially when the
Yeah.
lights are on, because I've seen some of the best guys in the gym crumble under the lights. The lights, they put a whole new kind of pressure on you, so you have to really be, an expert at learning how to stay calm at practice if you want to be able to do it in the fight. If you freak out on practice, forget about the fight. You know what I mean? So it all starts at the gym.
A couple more questions outside of your fight. The BMF title, what do you think of that still going down? Like the Max Holloway fight versus Justin Gaethje?
I think it's exciting. I think it's fun to bring a new belt, even though it's not the world champion belt. It's still a belt, and it's like it reminds me of the WWE because they got the hardcore belt. They got all kinds of different belts. So I think it's fun. I like that they're doing it, and I like the matchup. Like I feel like Justin Gaethje is going to be a little too much, too heavy, too strong for him. But you never know. Max is really good and very talented, and maybe he figured it out from the Dustin Poirier fight. So who knows? I'm excited for it. I think.
Sarukian versus Oliveira. Two guys you know.
Yeah. Two guys I fought. I think Armin's gonna win that one. I think he's hungry. He's on a tear, and he has the momentum flowing right now. So, and I feel like Charles crumbles against like the Russian fighters a little bit, or guys that can give too much pressure. So, I don't know. I got Armin in that fight.
And going back to last year, you're in the gym with a lot of Bellator and PFL fighters, right? Your team is massive.
Yeah.
And from what I heard is like a lot of them didn't even know what was going on before the merger happened. What was it like watching those fighters go through that whole like process of like not knowing what was going to happen with their future?
Yeah. It's funny. Every time I ask somebody, they always say they have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what's going on. But I don't know. I always figured like it was just gonna continue to be the same way, or they're gonna figure it out and let them know as soon as possible. I didn't feel like there was gonna be any harm being done, but I'm pretty sure most of the fighters got to keep their contracts, and I've seen some good deals going their way. People keeping the pay they were getting, which is good, and I feel like maybe some of the guys panicked a little bit, but for me, I was just like, it's gonna work itself out. I'm sure. You know what I mean? They're gonna handle it, and I feel like they've been doing all right with it. So.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great to see. April 4th, UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. Christos, thank you so much, man, for always taking the
April
time
6th, but yes.
Okay, April 6th. Sorry. I got the numbers flipped. April's the 4th month. Got the numbers flipped. April 6th.
Yeah.
Thank you always for taking the time, man, every camp. And all the best in this fight coming up.
No worries. Appreciate it, and get ready for some fireworks.